They say men are colorblind. That was green to clear. Basically, it's a best practice to support the increase of recyclability, the ability for you to recycle the packaging. So we take lead in looking at circular design, knowledge exchange, of course, within the network. We're able to have cross-learning. Sometimes I call it south-south or north-south. Whichever it is you choose, it's basically exchange of knowledge and benchmarking to see what other industries and sectors are adopting. We also have collaborative pilot projects, like we are thinking of also having the deposit taking system, using a machine to be able to do that. So in due course, I think we'll be able to start a pilot and see how that works. And we're also taking, we actually sit within the technical working group in developing of the EPR guidelines, so that we are also keen on following that up and seeing how we're able to synergize some of the projects that we have in supporting government to develop the guidelines. And there's actually the EPR regulations. It's still a draft. It was a draft in 2020. Now it was called again 2021, 2022, but you're still waiting for it. But at the moment, the final draft went to the AG, so we're still waiting for a response from the Attorney General. That, in essence, leads to the establishment of producer responsibility organizations in Kenya. So it's quite some progress within the East African region as we see some trends from the region. We're also looking at innovation and investments, which is very key. So looking at opportunities for investment using the PROs or EPR kind of scheme, which is very critical to ensure that there's some element of sustainability. Citizen engagement is also one thing that we do, because we actually realize that behavior change is key to support compliance of any regulations or laws that come into play. The other thing is also engagement with government and also communications. So communications ties in very well when you're looking at change of behavior, what we call behavior change communication. PROs will be set up, but of course you see a distinct difference between what the park is doing as the PROs, and we are happy to support the PROs. For example, for starters, we have KEPRO, PETSCO, there will be Park Pro some time later. So we're actually also helping them to set up, and we are looking at avenues to, we did the first business model for KEPRO. So basically looking at what the guidance expected of them and just supporting them to build their institutional framework. So what are some of the benefits that businesses have in terms of joining the Kenya Plastics Pact? We have defining solutions, as we mentioned. Taking a key step for the private sector to take lead is quite important. So that's what we do, and we also have access to experts who will be helping them looking at the designs of their packaging, looking at some of the best practices, and just ensuring that the companies are able to include sustainable business practices within their value chain. So that's two of the benefits that our members then are able to get. Collaboration in working groups and projects, which is very key. Of course, sometimes we test some of the concepts to see if they work, and then help them to adopt them within their business value chain. Mobilization of resources, influence of policy, and of course global exposure. How are you able to sustain the pact? We have a financing model, so where we have a membership fee on an annual basis, but we also raise resources from different partners. For example, we got some support from RAP through FCDO through RAP, UKRI, as well as Bava Foundation. But we are looking at the aspect of sustainability, which is more focused on annual fees. So this is just ideally the sign-up process that we have. So we see some trends within the Kenyan businesses, and we also conducted a study looking at single-use plastic within the East African region. You can find out the study online with Anjawala and Kana, as well as Floppy Foundation, looking at the laws, regulations that support elimination of single-use plastic. So we did it for focusing on a number of countries. That was Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, and South Sudan. So it was a quick scan, but we're also looking at the potential of doing a deep dive to see how then policy will be able to support sustainable packaging in the region. But we also know that if you look at the difference between the policies, laws, and regulations, you'll notice that if one country moves ahead, then there is the potential for other countries to lag behind. I mean, if you use the case example, Kenya did ban single-use, the flat carrier bags below 30 microns. And I think that was the same for Rwanda, but Uganda did ban, I think, below 20 microns. So you notice that if there is a difference, then if you have porous borders, then your packaging can still find a way to the other country that has a higher level of the microns set not to be used. So thank you very much. Let me fold this tent because now you're about to head for lunch. Have a nice afternoon. Enjoy.
Amari, Ebenezer. I know the person who brought in that confusion. Started from Jonjo. St. Jonjo was supposed to be Sophie. Okay. And then all that just confused everything, and all of a sudden now we're here confusing even the person who's supposed to come speak. But guess what? 12 for him. Stand by. You're not forgotten. We're going to go the same way, and you've got to receive it. Okay? Just look at who's not clapping. I want to make them do it all over again. All right. All right. This is from Kepsa, and this is one for Ebenezer Amari. So it is Tata all the way up to 12, okay? Here we go. Tata 1, Tata 2, Tata 3, Tata 4, Tata 5, Tata 6, Tata. Oh, thank you very much. Guess what? The second best news is that we might be breaking for lunch. The saddest news is that these proper presentations are going to continue once we come from the break. I want you to listen to that. The second best news is that we're going for lunch. But then the saddest bit is that these beautiful presentations are going to have to continue after we come from lunch. Meaning that this break for lunch is just going to kill the vibe that we are continuing with here, isn't it? But guess what? Looking forward to group presentations and also your one-on-one participation in whatever it is that we're doing here. So now this is how we're going to go outside. Just right in front of the podium. We only have, according to the event organizers, 15 minutes for lunch. We're going to be back at exactly 2:05. So all, Chris, technical director, we need to take a group picture, and I'll be telling them exactly what to say. It's going to call the hunger picture. It's going to be the best picture we've ever seen, okay? All right, so every other participant in the hall, please move to this direction. Just, we're going to occupy this particular area for the group picture. And after we take the picture, we'll be going out for lunch as the last thing that we're doing here before then we come back. All right. I'll ask the frontliners to keep seated so that the guys who are over that side to please occupy this particular spot, and then they're going to stand up and then we take the picture quickly so that we step out for lunch. Thank you very much. All right, all these pictures, you'll be getting them shortly. All right, just move over quick. Let's do this. All right, get ready. Thank you very much. So there, just keep on seated. I just want to organize. Please move over this other side. All right. So I want to keep on sit. I want you to be the first guys to appear on the picture. Just move to this side. Yes. Yeah, just standing. This is the area that we're occupying. Yeah, this side. Yeah. In fact, I've just seen it. Chris, can you come on board? We take the picture from this side. Come on board. Stand. Let's stand up, please. Get as close as we can. All right. Come over. Let's take this picture. It's a beautiful one. All right, let's keep standing, please. Let's keep standing. Let's occupy this particular area. Now you stand as well. Yes. Yeah, now. All right, thank you. All right, let's occupy this area. You have to be seen. See, if you go back there, we won't see you in the picture. All right? Move, occupy this particular spot. Sona, come.